All right, our next reader is Jane Wong. She received her MFA from the University of Iowa and is a former U.S. Fulbright Fellow. She's also the recipient of scholarships from the Bread Loaf Writers Conference and the Fine Arts Work Center in Provincetown. Poems have appeared recently or are forthcoming in Cutbank, Mid-American Review, Versal, Octopus, The Journal, We Are So Happy to Know Something, and others. She has 2 chapbooks, Dendrochronology from Dancing Girl Press and the forthcoming Impossible Map from Facsimile. Currently, she is pursuing a PhD at the University of Washington, where she is an Ingram Fellow. Thank you for Jane.
Hi, friends. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Justin, and of course, Kate, Nate, Rhymes, sorry, and Tom for reading tonight with me. So I'm just going to start. Can you guys all hear me? Yes. Okay, great. This poem is called The Good Work. I left the light on in the kitchen again. A spider burned in the bulb. It was a mourning owl who joined me in the song of its burning. To raise children with good arms and good legs, isn't this all we want? I worry about my daughter. To be a good man, to be good. Across the street, a family clears logs from their front yard. Cedar smoke fills the air. My breath splinters. I hold arrest notes too long. Arrested, always. The sky is an ice pattern I could break open. I could have been a mathematician. I could have loved my daughter. Saddle up to me, I'd say. Let this horse do the work. This poem is called Vultures. At night, I pour almond milk to make a mask. I touch my mother's face. She wears her monster with pride. Outside, someone circles our house with a knife, or at least this is what the news tells me. The news also reports that lakes are good to throw trash in. Vultures circling the heap are not blight, only kinetic, a cloud of stumps. There is simply more life for you in decay. My mother always said, close your windows or the green will take you. Underneath the soft earth, my grandfather has no choice. The green covers him, knits him a fine coat. Okay. These are 2 poems, both called Dedication. Dedication. Interior of lung, interior of song, I could have made you a key worth having broken its teeth. It became a kinder metal, a locksmith's study you must enter and stay how I still study your face. A key I mistook for silver thrown into a fountain as if making a miss. Consider this, low breaths, combing the lungs clean, call that enough, my hair roughened, a sorry soot. I could tunnel in, you a crater, it has purpose. Dedication. It is difficult to be apart, part ice, part heart. I molten stars gathered midday in order to see a false horizon. I keep it close, returning my Iowa storm, a week of it. I am weak for it. The grass along my knees bending how I bend toward me. Sad July, don't you see? Folding a sweater means every old thing. I slip through, moth right through the frost. Pardon me, at least, this undying. And these 2 poems, I have a bad habit of writing poems that have the same title and writing in series, so I apologize for repeated titles, but this one's called 00, and it's going to be part of the forthcoming chapbook, which is Impossible Map out of Facsimile. 00. Sound of the empty loon, red throat kicking in shallow water. Some animals should be extinct, wouldn't you agree? Collective laughter in the weeds pointing. I can't seem to make it over this hill. I walk my bike because I am surrendered. Head down on the table means soft target, means how easy this condition of being indifferent. Poppies along the borderlands, exposed brick, shipping yards of Jersey. It pleases me to be a harbor, map of welcome debris. tossing quarters over a bridge to see how it lands centuries from now. 00. Underneath the rug, another rug. Collecting noon always equals 0. This morning, I yawned to avoid speaking to you. I invented wilderness to keep getting lost. Endless eye contact, how miserable. In line at the grocery store, everyone had 5 or fewer items, mostly apologies. To witness electricity, I replaced a flower bed with light bulbs. Bloom of the night, vernacular soil, I leaned in for warmth. I'm going to read a longer piece, and this is called Quarter Stitch. 1. Ferocious hyacinths in the way of progress. I planted the soybeans late this year. The mountains increasingly foreign. Losing the means to apologize means the paper bag over your head. Length of my arm sharpening. The moon at its fullest. Everyone gathers, stares. 2. I signed my name as if forging a river. To decrease, to be deceased, the day increases. Clouds of the troposphere hovering. This sorry piece of sky, I shook the water out, I shook the sagebrush, overwhelmingly windy. I have lost the ability to discern. Honest to God, my brother yells at the top of the stairwell. There is a fever in my old shirt blooming. A trance has come upon me from the knuckles. 3. Ivy on the stairwell, tumbling excess. Dear marbled lizard eye, dear fallen rock, prepare for winter. The cold statue is moving. My father is playing the piano in the dark again, the lullaby in reverse. Embrasure as if a bowl from a counter falls. Comfort and gravity, the graves we sweep. In spring, tulips grow. 4. Sunflowers place their heads on my shoulder. I can be this stronghold. The pine touched by lightning lights from the inside. Jellyfish little lungs, static of the evening. My hair is attached itself to my cheeks, my temples. Palming it away means the cactus plant spreading. 5. I signaled a fire from a mile away. Everyone ran toward me, everyone gathered in piles. Like ants, they used their bodies for bridges. The fire kept on, I kept on grieving. In a house nearby, a crow fell out of a toy chest. As a child, I grew up believing in photosynthesis. I wore a green dress in the morning and ate very little. In April, dead trees on the mountains, wayward travelers. I have never seen a dead body up close. I'm afraid it will look no different. 6. Every morning, rotting squash on the porch, I kick a sunflower and it lands upon my shoulder, no soldier. At dinner, everyone tells me how they got their name. I hate them immediately. So my name needs more syllables. So the idea of consequence makes for conversation. Enough of that. I gather a forest for armor and I hurl trees forward, striking Jenny faces. 7. Dissolving tea in fine china seems fine. I turn to the left. Lesion of the neck. I turn to the right. A house made of soap dissolves. My brother is running, to God, up the stairs with a pocket knife. Honest. Demands of the heart. Cover me, says the cold. Cover me, says the carrion. Head folded over hoof. 8. Expansion like an arm pulled to save me from lightning, mercurial mirror. Standing in for apology, I leave orange peels stinking on the windowsill. My mother peels a grape and rolls it into her mouth. Outside, courage of the cold. Snow in spring and the wrestling ivy. On TV, a snake swallows a deer whole. Its heart doubles. Loves. 9. I greased my fur coat. I shone in dawn as if dew. Labyrinth of my voice underwater. Those angry flooded soybeans. I move from room to room collecting water glasses. Who is sick in this house? Curtains of weeds as afternoon. The compound eye of the sunflower as voyeur. Dawn on the dead center, crime on his car stuck in a mud bank trying. 10. A chimney branches, a man stands alone. Stunned fog of the throat, I couldn't speak. Everyone moves around me, fauna of the fish tank. I arch my back to see from another angle. Fever cloud from the bottom of my very heart heavy. I look up to see the acupunctured moon. Thanks.